Hey there guys, how's it going? This is going to be my first live stream, so bear with me. Just getting used to this, and I'm using my own tool to live stream this. This tool I built called Context Cut. It's kind of a better version of OBS, or a more custom version of OBS. Haven't released this one yet, but just trying to see if this goes public on my channel actually. I'm gonna be here for at least 2 hours just testing this out. Want to see how things go. Looks like I am live. Guys, let me know in the chat if I'm doing this right. All right, I'm going to get some music going, but let me know in the chat if this is all coming through okay. Like I said, I vibe coded all of the tools that you are seeing in this video. The agentic development environment in front of me. This is called Iterated. I'll be talking more about this. I'll be building this in today's video. And also that tool that I was showing you guys for the live streaming. So let me know how it goes. Let me know how everything looks. I'm going to get some music going. Let me know how the audio levels are. It's just a little test song. Yeah, guys, if someone can just let me know in the chat, that would be awesome. I'll also get a poll up. How's it going, Lauren? How's it going, guys? Akshay, hello. What are you guys up to tonight? I've got a list of things I want to do on this stream. Let me know how the audio is in the chat, guys. Can you hear the video or the music? Uh-oh. It might have just tripped out there. Akshay, I am currently working on an agentic development environment, and all that really is like a super tool that brings all of the different AI tools into one unified place. And it's kind of like your Excalidraws, where you have like that infinite canvas, you know? So I can diagram things out here that I can give to the agents. I can say like, hey, I screenshotted all of these different screens here, and then I wrote a bit of a spec just on how to improve it. You know, so I'm building Iterated with Iterated. I'm hoping to release this today and get my first customer while we're on the live stream. So let me know what you guys are building. You said you don't have a background in this stuff. Oh, it's static? Yikes. That's not good. Like I said, I built the tool that I'm streaming this with too, so it might not come through that great. I hope that this works out. I'm just going to keep going, guys, but let me know in the chat if I'm doing all right, if the quality's okay, because like I said, I built all of the tools that are running on my device right now, and they're very early stages, especially the streaming feature on the OBS clone. So we'll see how it goes. Music is off now. Static went away. Akshay, thank you for the kind words. What are you building, man? You're a data analyst? That's sick. All right, I've got to get to my list because I've got a long list of things that I want to get done while I'm on the stream tonight. This is my first stream in 5 years, so this will be fun. So the goals for this stream, I want to get iterated skills. So if you guys are familiar with skills, I don't know, guys, like let me know in the chat. Are you guys using skills with your AI agents, with your AI tools? Claude kind of brought skills to the forefront, and I'm curious if you guys use them. But like in the sidebar here, we have like the Hive Mind, which is where my inbox is, where agents can ask me questions and I can kind of answer them if they have a blocker. We have the board, which is just your standard Kanban board that the agents use to know what they should be working on. We have all of these things, but what I would like to get is the skills up here too, or somewhere in the settings maybe. Maybe in settings would be better. Just having a place where people can connect to different skills, and we can just have some preloaded in here too. That's at least my plan. For skills though, let me know what you guys use, or if there's any skills that you like. I like the humanizer skill. That's one of the public ones that I really like. I also have a lot of skills that I've made too, so I'm just going to be loading them in here for whoever gets this tool so that they get built into the agent's runtime for all these different agent panes here. So let's see. So iterated skills, we've got to add that. I also wanted to start iterated benchmarks. I've got a few prompts that I like to send to a new model whenever a new model comes out. And I would like to add a section to our website for that. And then if I have time, I'll try to film a YouTube video while I'm on live tonight too, but that might be a lot to ask. We will see. Way over your head, but it's incredible. Thank you, Lauren. I figured, you know, I do this stuff all the time. Why not share it with people? Why not jump on live? I've had a lot of projects going in the background. So, all right, let's look at building skills. So I wanted to show you guys the voice orb. Hopefully the voice orb works properly with the stream. I don't know if it'll come through okay. But let me know if you guys hear this once I play the voice orb. We'll see if it actually works. Just tell me if it's too loud. All right, you're on stream, so you better do a good job. I want you to take me to the Context Cut project. It's hands-free. Perfect. All right, good job. Now I want you to focus the primary agent that is working on the Context Cut project. Okay, sweet. Go to sleep. So that's the voice assistant. Kind of nice to just be able to go hands-free. And I'm working on the iterated iOS app right now too. So that, well, let's actually go to my camera. The iterated iOS app. I'm sorry, my screen's all busted up and scratched. It's going to be a way to be able to talk to the agents on the phone, and this connects directly to your computer, right? So I can start the voice agent from the phone as well, like so. So I can talk to it from there. But as you can see right now, it's telling me right here, hand voice to phone. So I can hit hand over. And now it's connected on the phone.
Nice. You're connected.
Yeah, Drake. It was crazy because that was just a pool of like 200 names. And it was one of the agents that threw up there. So I thought that was pretty cool that that you made it in. Yeah, for those of you guys who are just joining, I am streaming this with a tool that I built to replace OBS. This one took a while to build, but it's 100% vibe coded, local. I was gonna invest in Restream, but I was like, I can probably build it. That's always the answer now. I can probably build it with the tools we have available. But let's get into building iterated skills. That's something that I wanted to do, is get the skills working in here. So I'll just use the voice orb just to kind of test it out. But all right, I want you to switch to iterated.
Done.
Okay, tell Elsa not to run any tests when she does this, but I would like Elsa to look into what it would take to add a new settings config for skills in iterated. I want to be able to, as an admin, upload skills to our website that can get downloaded, similar to how the release versions and the updates get downloaded. But I want to set some of them to be able to be published and downloadable through the desktop app. That's requirement 1 for the skills feature. And then I also want the users to be able to upload their own skills if they have a skills file. And I want, 1 second, wait for me. It would be good if
we package that up for Elsa.
Okay, wait. Okay. I thought I was done. All right. Whatever. That was pretty much the idea of the prompt. Okay, so what that did there was I was just hands-free and it was able to write out this prompt right here from that mess that I gave it. So I felt like that was pretty good, did a pretty good job. And by the way, guys, this is OpenAI, their real-time voice 2.1. I know Grok just came out with their voice model, so I'd kind of like to see how that does as well. But I think that did pretty good. Okay. So it's creating a plan for the skills feature right now. What else could I do concurrently here? Oh yeah, thumbnails for the next stream. And I also have to fix the iterated website because the mobile site like throws everything that's supposed to be in the background into the actual page. So like what it's supposed to look like is like this, right? Looks pretty nice. But when I go down to mobile, throws it all into the page, all these background elements. And it puts the V1 in the wrong spot on the pricing screen. So I need to fix that. Okay. Yikes. The robot sounded bad. The orb sounded bad. Okay. I need to turn down my computer audio, I think. Let's get audio figured out for the stream, guys. Let's get audio figured out. So, where's my drum and bass? All right, I'm going to play some music. Tell me if it sounds good. I've got the gain cranked all the way down. It should be like basically background music. And while that's going, I'm going to try to get the website fixed. I'm going to skip that song. Skip that song. You can't hear it? I'd like you to spawn a Claude Code agent and tell them to look at making the landing page more mobile friendly for the iterated web app. Push it through. Push it through. I didn't want it queued. Nope. Push it through. Just push it through. No music? How does the voice orb sound? Is it better? Or is it still robotic? I'm going to have to look at the system audio. There's something wrong with my system audio in my tool. It's not working. It worked in my demo before I did this. But it's unfortunately broken now. All right, guys. So we are building Iterated right now. The tool that I'm using to stream this with, Context Cut, I also built. I'm really trying to make some agent first tools, some agentic tools. I had a visual of it. I'll just redraw it kind of. So the old way that a lot of these tools would do things led to millions of lines of code. Millions of lines, led to bloat, led to, not AI first. So like the internet 2.0 created a lot of amazing things, a lot of amazing opportunities, but tools like Adobe, they have too much to lose to go all in on making their products AI. Like they are looking into these things. They have researchers looking at, actually creating an agentic video editor that can edit full-blown long-form video, but they just don't have the incentive, I don't think, to fully jump ship on that. So these big companies, they have millions of lines of code. They have a bunch of bloatware. They've got a non-AI first approach. These are actually not check marks. These are X's. And so we have a real opportunity now with vibe coding because, we can come in, we can be the small, nimble creators that are building things for us that are agent first. And we can kind of flip this, right? So we can do like simple, right? We can keep things simple. And that avoids bloat and tons of code. we can aim to be AI first. And ultimately, we don't have as much to lose because we're just starting from the ground floor. So that's my philosophy behind building these tools, is like, I don't want to have any more software bills. The only bill that I want to have is inference. That's the goal. So I currently, now while we're talking about inference, I'm currently running 2 Claude Code plans. I've got Claude 1 and Claude 2. I'm running a Codex maxed plan, double maxed plan. I'm running a Grok plan, and I'm running a Kimi code plan, and then also some open router credits. So, I mean, 11 labs too, I suppose, for audio. What else? The only missing link is really like a good video and image subscription. And I'm leaning more and more every day towards just going straight to the provider. Like for thumbnails and things like that, just use GPT image 2 straight through OpenAI, you know? A lot of people are using tools like Higgsfield. I am going to be making a Higgsfield full tutorial probably because it's a useful tool. But I do think we are moving more towards where like the meta is going to be just go straight to the provider, get their API key, plug it into something like Iterated here, and get the cheapest inference and the best experience, the most custom experience to you possible, right? So let's see if I can find an example of what I mean by that actually. So I'm just going to spawn in. All right, I want you to spawn in a Claude Code agent and have it use the secret for OpenAI image generation and generate a thumbnail for an iterated demo video that I'm going to have on YouTube, and tell it to find my past prompts that I've sent for the thumbnails for the live streams, and make it similar to that style of prompt, and then have it open it on the iterated canvas. I'll show you guys an example of what I mean with GPT image 2. I have a secret store in Iterated, so you can put your credentials in here securely, and it can use them through a shell, a secured shell. And of course, there are ways around it for the agent to say like print the keys or whatever. But I find that these agents are getting smarter if you defend your keys. If you put them in a secret store, it helps, you know? So I think we're getting to a point now where it's good to just be able to put your keys in one place where the agents can access them securely and execute things like image generation. And that's what I'm demonstrating here. It found the style template. See, guys, it's amazing. This isn't even the same agent that built my thumbnail for this live stream that you guys are watching right now. Completely different agent. I just told it, like, you know, go find that work that I did earlier. And because Iterated has the hive mind and it has the memories, it's able to grep through this stuff and find exactly what the agents have been working on in the past. I've also got this inbox, and I showed you guys this earlier, but the inbox is, the inbox is for basically just answering open questions that the agents have. So I can answer those if I want to. I can move things on the board, add tasks to the board. Agents can add, move, assign, do anything that they need to on the board. Yeah, I can see my active agents here. So I can go to that one that I just spawned in. Oh, it wants to open Chrome. What did I want this one to do? You know what? I guess I'll allow it. And then I need to turn that one on auto mode. That should be running. All right, this one's doing the thumbnail. This one needs to be on auto mode too. Oh, thanks for the donation, Drake. What is the most difficult feature to build and iterated so far? I would say mobile, because it's the hardest to release. The App Store is the moat now. Like, just having the $99 per year App Store subscription and going through the trouble of dealing with the Apple forms on their website and their terrible UI, and bending to the will of Apple. With an app like this that connects your phone to a remote device like this and allows you to talk to agents over the wire wherever you are in the world, as long as your device is on, hard to get through the App Store. But we are doing everything we can to get that done. So I would say that was the most difficult feature so far. But really, anything that's already been done once before, it's possible. It's possible now with AI, especially if you're talking in the land of bits, right? Especially if you're talking in the land of code. AI tools are just getting increasingly better at it. For how good of a UI the Apple devices have, you'd think their App Store developer forms would be easier, LOL. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You would think, right? We'd love to see it. What's everyone else up to in the stream right now? How many people do we have in here? Is it just like a small crowd? Oh, there's 16 people in here. Welcome in, guys. Guys, get going in the chat. Let's hear what you guys are working on. Okay, there's 7 now. I guess I don't know how to see how many people. I've got to get that wired up better. All right, what are we doing here? Browser extension isn't connected for Chrome. All right. I'm just going to tell it, don't use Chrome. Just fix it. Chrome is slowing it down. All right, and Lyndon is over here researching thumbnails. It's actually taking kind of a while, but that's why I want the skills feature, guys. If we had skills in here that just told it exactly how to do it, and they were in the agent's runtime when the agent spawned, they're instantly going to know what to do. When I tell it, hey, we want a thumbnail, it's going to have all the examples of all the past thumbnails right there. It's going to be beautiful. And you might say, why not just throw the skill file in there? Well, I think it would be useful if we could make sure that it gets into all of these different providers' runtimes. And look at this. We just got iterated demo thumbnail. I missed the open button, but it's right here. Look at that, guys. This is the state-of-the-art image generation model right now, is GPT Image 2. Absolutely nuts. Look at that. It even threw the iterated panels in the background. Looks pretty darn good, especially for the little information that I gave it. Went and found the reference image of me, figured out what we were trying to do, dropped it in. Amazing. All right, so actually I don't want to delete that. We'll keep that because I wanted to show you guys, like, you can also drag images that they create into other agents. So I was thinking if we had a workflow where one agent like generates images, right? And then you had another agent that produces UI. right? So like you could generate landing page ideas and then have the other agent iterate on them in iterated and build those landing pages from the inspiration that gets dropped in from something like GPT image 2. So those are the types of workflows that are possible. Okay, we're fixing the responsiveness issue on mobile. I hope I gave it enough info. And how are skills coming? That's what we need to focus on. Okay, it wrote me a giant paragraph. Validate skill.md front matter without executing anything. Requires safe lowercase skill identifiers, directory name matching. Okay, this is way more robust than I wanted. And I probably got what I deserved because I went to Codex for it. I should have sent that prompt to Claude. Okay, open questions. Okay, I don't want to answer all of these. I honestly don't want to answer all of these. I'm just going to get Remy here to just, well, we want to build that whisper flow feature too. We got to build the whisper flow dictation. Guys, I'm so ADHD with this because I have so many AI subs. And I start the week, like today, I'm fresh. I have all the tokens in the world. We've got 2 20x Claude plans. We've got the 20x Codex plan. We've got Kimmy. We've got Grok. And I'm like, what can I build? How can I use these tokens? And that's one of the other cool things actually about iterated is I get this cumulative usage log here, and I can see the leverage of how much I'm actually spending versus how much it would cost if I just bought it through the API and I wasn't using subscriptions. So bear in mind, this is just from the limited data that I'm able to get, but this is the kind of leverage that I'm getting out of these models when I'm using the subscription plan versus just going and buying their tokens. It would have cost me 566 times the amount that I spent on Opus to get the value that I got. And that's just insane, guys. It's just insane how much they're subsidizing their API costs to subscribers. So kind of get to see which models I'm utilizing the most and I'm getting the most out of, which is nice. I can get like a daily view of what hours my agents are most active. 1 p.m. is like the highest average. You have your overviews in here. You can see by the day what your top model was. So today it was Fable 5. Yesterday, Opus 5. So lots of analytics in here so I can really pay attention. The list value of what I've spent in the past 90 days is $54,000. And I don't even think I've paid $5,900. Maybe I have. But the point is like there's 9x leverage that you get out of using the subscription plans when you can. And this just kind of goes to show that. All in one place. All the agents, we're vibing. Okay, Inga can get that mobile layout fixed, I hope. And I'm still mad that Elsa just left me with a book. It's probably the prompt that I gave it. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do Elsa replace. All right, let's just answer these. We got to do it at some point. Should personal uploads sync through the website, or is local desktop import sufficient? I'm just going to say users, no user generated skills. The user skills they upload are just their skills that they bring for their account. They should feed. And this is why I need the whisper flow feature, but I'm just typing this out manually right now, the good old fashioned way. Sometimes it's easier to type it out, guys. Sometimes it actually is easier to think it through. No user generated skills. The user skills they upload are just their skills that they bring for their account. They should feed in to their personal account. The only skills that are not the user's own uploaded skills are the one more thing. Okay. Sometimes you just got to lock in and write a prompt, guys. I am going to be creating a benchmark because having all of these different agents, there's different things that you like, there's things that you don't like. So I am going to be building out some benchmarks on our website. And one of the benchmarks that I wanted to make was very different from what you guys just saw me doing there, which is just typing out a monster prompt where I big brain it and try to over engineer the whole thing. But what I want a benchmark for, guys, is what I like to call the bonehead prompt. Okay? A bonehead prompt is like a one sentence, say it with the least direction possible kind of prompt. Build me a beautiful roofing website. Something that simple. Like almost bad grammar, one sentence. What model does the best with the bonehead prompt? That's one of the benchmarks that I want to do. I think that would be interesting to see which model is the best with the least direction. I think that would kind of show which models are best at taking creative direction versus which ones just create a generic or bad result when you give it a short prompt. Which ones take the liberty of finishing out the project, right? So we will try to get to benchmarks at some point, and I want to host them on the website so that you guys can see the demo and you can see how the different models compare. All right, every local agent pane receives a uniform iterated runtime environment at spawn. Yeah, guys, still nuts to me that just last night, this is actually funny. I should show you guys this with context cut. Just last night, I made this little like goal, right? Get streaming working in context cut. And these were the 3 criteria. I said, have a successful first stream with no disconnections. get scene changing to work seamlessly, cut our first clip via context cut agent. Those are the 3 goals. This I just put up last night. And you want to see the boneheaded prompt that I sent to Claude, guys? Here it is. Claude, I have to film this stream in 7 hours and I still have to sleep. We need to get this thing shipped and working. That's the prompt that produced the tool that is causing this stream to work right now, guys. No, I mean, it was a lot more than that. It was months of work, but that got the streaming feature working with YouTube. That's what's got us connected right now for around 40 minutes so far. So pretty impressive. Let me know what you guys are building in the comments, or let me know if this is way over your head. Maybe I need to start a different channel for streaming, because my channel is somewhat technical, but not overly technical. So I don't know if I'm going to be gaining subs or losing subs from doing these live streams. I just figured I do this stuff, so why not document it, you know? Okay, I'm not going to mess with context cut right now, though, because it is running the stream, so I can't have it closing down or something. Okay, let's see what Elsa said here. Dude, Codex just writes you a book. Codex writes a book, man. I'm going to be reading the whole stream. Runtime contract should be real stable skills directory available to every iterated agent, not merely a website download. Runtime model. The effective skills directory is a union of private skills uploaded by the signed in user and admin published skills the user explicitly downloaded. Only skills enabled for that account. Materialize it locally at a stable account bound path such as... Yep, just going to put it in the application folder for iterated, skills, accounts, account ID, runtime. Nothing should be written into the user's project repository. New agent panes before spawning an agent. Okay, I think it's... I want you to tell Elsa that I think she is trying to reinvent the wheel too much with this feature. Look at how the runtime is already set for the agents and the voice orb. And I want you to have Elsa actually look at that and see if there's any way that we can make this meld better with the current setup that we have. And I want you to have Elsa look at our connections and our secrets setup that we already have, because that might be a good analog to what the skills feature could look like in terms of injecting it into the runtime. Nope, send it. Push it through. Push it through. All right. All right. I'll send it then. I'll send it. I'll send it. Man, I hate when the voice orb hedges like that. I wanted to add a queue feature to these panes. So, like, if the agent's actually working, it won't just, like, interrupt it, right? Unless I manually go in there and interrupt it. But it takes it so seriously. So I've got to tone that back. I think I've got to tone that back. At least a little bit. I also wanted to know, like, what are you guys using AI for? Let me know in the chat. Like, are we using it at work? Are you guys vibe coding things? Do you dislike AI? Are you anti-AI? That's actually a the biggest percent of the population. It's a lot bigger than the power user population. Yeah, let me know in the chat, like, opinions on AI. I'm obviously an AI maxi over here, running all the agents. I wish the music would work for you guys, because I generated a whole playlist with 11 labs, and it's actually pretty good. I actually like the playlist it came up with. Let's see if the mobile feature's fixed. No, it's probably not shipped yet. I need to get this shipped. I could not verify. I'm just going to say, tell Inga that I want to just remove that stuff on mobile screen size. Like those background elements, they should just not show up when they would normally get squeezed down on mobile. I would like for them to just kind of disappear and just have a single background for mobile, but don't change anything else. Just get rid of those once we squeeze down to like tablet or mobile size and simplify the landing page. Go to sleep. Old Joe Bobo. Wait. Go to sleep. Don't listen to my conversations. Old Joe Bobo. Vibe coding, home lab admin, second brain, etc. I'm right there with you, my man. The solo operator. Old Jabobo. That's a cool name. For those of you who are just joining, I am streaming from a tool that I built called Context Cut. It's an OBS alternative, but it's also a Premiere Pro alternative, because I can drop my clips in here. I can edit them. This is my Higgsfield full tutorial right here. And I can also have agents edit my videos for me. So it's pretty much Adobe plus OBS all in one. Now I'm on a mission to cancel all of my expensive software subscriptions, because now I have expensive AI subscriptions. So I want to build the tools how I've always wanted them since I was in middle school, messing around with this stuff. It's like a dream, you know, being able to build your own tools. It's the Bonehead benchmark. That's gonna be a fun one. What do you guys think? What's the most reliable benchmark if you guys are looking at the models, if you're keeping up with the models? What benchmarks do you look out for? Or like what things do you care about in an AI model, I guess? Because they're obviously quite different. Like I wasn't 100% sure if that would play out like that, where all the models are different, but it's played out more in that direction than I would have thought. Like I thought they were all going to kind of become the same thing, and from a business perspective they kind of have. Like they're going after the enterprise, they're going more after the coders, but there is a distinct difference, I think, between using Codex and using Claude Code. Codex is like more thorough, it's good at like terminal tests, it's good at testing things, it's good at computer use. Whereas Claude Code just has that taste, and it just kind of like snaps and it gets it done. You know, that's been my fever dream. From what? From what, Jabobo? Was it something I said? Oh, guys, I'll show you a fever dream. You got to see the iterated themes. Using GPT 5.6 Soul in the Pi coding agent harness. Token efficiency. Who said token efficiency? No, I'm all about it, man. I've got to get better at that. But no, check out these themes. Phosphor. This one's insane. And then we've got some themes with like a moving background too. Oh, which one was it? Oil slick. This one looks crazy. I don't know. I'm having fun with this. I do notice that Iterated is a bit laggy on the stream, but I think it's just because I have 3 monitors up. I'm running the vibe coded streaming tool and video editor thing. I'm running Iterated with a shader on the background. I have a browser open that's like playing my stream back. The 3 screens. Yeah, I think there's a lot going on right now. So try to make it as performant as possible, but I need to smoke test it before I go on these. Probably a little bit better. Been on for 51 minutes. And what have we gotten done? All right, Elsa. What do we have? Main risks. Provider, hot reloaded, behavior differs. Oh my gosh. It's thinking about this in depth. I mean, I guess I'm glad. Yeah, the cloud-hosted agents cannot consume a Mac local directory. I know. We're going to have to, that's why we're going to have to put it in Tigris, which is like S3. What tool am I using right now? Oh, Fever Dream is for the token efficiency. Okay. Yeah, Robert, this is Iterated. Iterated.ai. It's an agentic development environment that I've been building for the past 2 weeks now. It's the place for all of your agents and all of your work. It's kind of got like your typical Excalidraw tools as well. You know, you can write, you can do shapes, you can do like the fun connectors. We even have things like the marching ants on the connectors. So I don't know. I wanted a agentic development environment that was built for me, but I've released it to all of you guys as well for Founders Rate. So check it out if you want to. I've got the website linked in the description below. Okay. I want to get off of this theme. It's way too much, actually. What theme do I want to go with? I've got too many in here. I mean, something simple. Simple. Neon Night. Neon Night's not bad. It's a good vibe. All right. Recommended defaults are account-wide enablements, one canonical directory, local cache first spawning, and remote cloud skill delivery deferred until cloud returns to production. I'm going to say sounds good. Let's build it on dev. Don't run the dev UI tests, though, because I'm streaming and it would probably crash things. Restart and rebuild once it's implemented. Yeah, my own. Yeah, exactly, Jabobo. This is basically CNVS and Bridge Space, their products, but I had too many tokens to spend, so I built my own. That's exactly right, man. I do need BG music. You're right. I wish it was playing. For some reason, the computer audio isn't working right now. But let's see if this works. I'm gonna do the be right back screen. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you guys can hear me. And then, how about the music? I'm gonna have to get it figured out. But like, it should be coming through the computer audio. It's just not. Data Sherpa, dude, I've seen you in the other streams. It's good to have you in here, man. Hey, I'm here to support all the other vibe coders too. Like, I've been on all the streams. I'm definitely not claiming that I'm the first. Bridgemind is a G for taking it to the next level. He really is. He took a step when nobody else was doing the vibe coding, and it's just blown up ever since. And I honestly got to give him props. I've got to give Max Blade props. Those guys have an incredible story. They've got an inspiring stream. So, and I follow a lot of other smaller vibe coding streamers too. Yeah, you do lurk all the vibe code streams. I've seen you around, man. I've seen you on the leaderboards and those Yip games, the Yip guys that are making those games. I played a couple of them. Elevator music option, is that in YouTube, Robert? Yeah, like, anyways, bottom line is, I just like the community. I like seeing AI do well. Drake and I, we have our community as well, AI Foundations. And we're just always in these tools. I'm always like dog fooding my own tools, and I'm like, I might as well release them. You know, I threw it in the title, the 1 million goal. And of course it's the goal, but it's also like, it's a title. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how these streams go, because I'm not 100% sure. Okay, let's see. What do we got in the chat? With your standby screen, can I? Stream settings? Yo, but the standby screen, guys, the standby screen is my own tool. It's just in context cut. So I just changed the mode here to be right back. And then I can change it back, but that's all right here. So I've got to just, it's a bug in my tool. I've got to make sure that system audio is streaming through here. It was on my demo, but unfortunately it didn't work for the live public stream. That's always how it goes. And for those of you who are just joining, like I've told this story a couple times, but I built this streaming feature into Context Cut last night. Like, I told Claude, I'm supposed to be streaming tomorrow. I need this done when I wake up. And it pretty much did it. It pretty much built out the feature. I mean, you guys are seeing it live right now, what it was able to build. Less talking, more coding. I respect it, man, but the viewers are going up right now, I have to say. So maybe I should keep yapping. All right, I'll show you guys what I'm building. More coding. You guys want to see the tokens burning? I understand that. All right. So right now, this agent is looking at building skills into Iterated, so that we can maybe have a skills menu up here. This agent's looking at a whisper flow plan, because I want to bring my dictation into Iterated as well. This agent was working on our landing page. Did it get it in? This landing main now carries iterated site landing, all 5 scoped rules. Still haven't been able to look at this. The chromic. Okay, you don't have to look at it. Open it in an iterated browser, run it locally, and I'll look at it. All right. Yeah, I'll have the music working in the next stream, guys. But for a first stream, I'm pretty happy with how it's going. Browser open off screen. Oh, here it is. And it didn't fix it. I'll just screenshot it and show it. This is an old version. Yeah, this isn't the right version. It needs to pull down from main or rebuild the server or something. Where's the progress at on the iterated board right now? Okay. I want you to get Inga to pull down whatever is on main right now, whatever we have deployed, because it's serving an old version in that browser. And then I want it to open. Oh, maybe it just did. Let's see. No, it's still not right. Like, this is honestly not going super smooth right now. Iterated.ai. This should be the website with our pricing. You know, honestly, the problem is in iterated right now, the browser's kind of weak sauce. I'm not going to lie. That's one of the things that I really need to improve about this. The browser works fine, but like earlier, I was trying to hit get started and the checkout doesn't work. I can't test the checkout in iterated in the browser. That's something I've definitely got to fix. And I will fix that, but I might just have to test in my actual browser. It looks a lot better, you know. But we're trying to fix that mobile. I don't want all this stuff in here on mobile. And yeah, I could probably go in here and inspect it all and just tell it to remove it, but it should, I mean, these models are intelligent enough. It should just get rid of all those background elements once we get down to like tablet size. It's a pretty simple request. Okay. Rebuilt the assets, restarted. Pull down whatever is on production right now into local and run the server with those settings. Marius, what tool are you managing your agents in? Thanks for the insights. This is iterated.ai. Iterated.ai. I've been lurking in a few of the vibe coding streams. And just like for the longest time, just trying to like gear myself up to get on and just do a stream, because I'm always burning tokens anyways. And I know some people like to watch people burn tokens. So I finally made it happen. But there's a lot of people that inspired me in that taught me things along the way, that I've been hanging with. I'll have to do a big shout out. I want to collect like all of my friends that I've made in streaming. Get everybody in here. Always takes that first step, brother. Absolutely. You got to learn how to walk before you can run, and the first step is how you get that momentum usually. The first step, and then taking the second and the third step, and then you can usually get the momentum going. You can keep something going as long as there aren't too many pattern interrupts in your routine. But it's just like anything else. You got to start, because that automatically sets you apart from like 95% if you just start. Maybe even 98% of people, especially in the content game. I did read a stat though that said for everyone that starts live streaming, I think it was like 80% of them only do one live stream and then they never stream again. So if you can just get past the first stream or the first YouTube video you put out or the first tool that you release and you market, and you can just keep putting one foot in front of the other, I think there's never been a better time for people that can do that than right now. Do I use some standard theme format for your tool? What do you mean? Are you talking about like the themes that come with like the TUIs? I just built in all of these themes, different themes that I like. The light mode themes, hold on, I'm going to flashbang really quick with the light theme. The light themes don't look as good in my mind. I haven't gotten the contrast on the terminals to look right yet. But there's a lot of good dark mode and like kind of obscure ones. There's some with like the backgrounds, of course. You know, you got to get the backgrounds in here. I mean, so that looks fun. But I just authored these slowly with the help of Claude, and I actually had Kimmy K3 working on some of these too. Like some of these shader ones look pretty wild. I don't know. It's fun. It's probably not the most productive way to set up the workspace, but it's an option. That's what I've tried to do with this tool. Like everything is just an option that you have. If you want the basic theme, you can go with system, and you don't need all of these windows. I can just tell it like, I just want you to focus Remy, Inga, and Elsa and shuffle everything else away. So I could definitely work on this and make it better. But it's pretty nice working like this. I was using, like when the Claude Code CLI first came out, I was using the Claude Code CLI a lot. And then I went to Claude Desktop, and I was actually really impressed with it. And I took some things away from that, and I was like, learned some things, you know. And then I tried the Codex desktop app, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. But then I found myself like switching between the different tools a lot. And so then I reverted back to just using Ghost TTY. And that's what a lot of people do. They use Ghosty with Tmux. And I was like watching some of the other streamers, and I was kind of seeing how things are moving, and people are kind of like getting into building these agentic development environments, where the agents are more embodied and you can stay in one workspace longer and you can be more productive. And the big trend that's happening right now is the voice. The voice is just getting so good, the voice orchestration. And so that's kind of what got me into making Iterated. Good luck on stream. Thanks, Sigma. Shout out to Sigma, guys. Go watch his stream if he's on. Robert says, made a color scheme tool today and just added a themes download during the stream for things like VS Code. Okay, that's sick. Interesting. What inspired you to do that, man? Just keep up with the stories. Remember what we talked about. The stories. Yeah, I remember what we talked about. I remember. No, dude, I don't. I wish I did. I'm just freezing up, man. It's my first stream. I don't know what I'm doing. Just throwing myself in the deep end. Hopefully it goes well. No, guys, but for real, Sigma, you'll have to check him out. He made me question my security with his security standards that he has, and he also helped me with some questions I had about getting started with streaming. So you guys will have to check him out on Twitch and YouTube. I'm going to try to get the whole thing working where the whole pipeline, it basically can do what Restream does with my tool, Context Cut. So with like Context Cut, I can just start streaming on YouTube. I'm not using OBS or anything like that for this. I do need to get the music working. For those of you who are just joining, the music is not coming in right now, but I'll get that going in the next stream. Okay, it's now running. Let's see. Okay, it got it. Let's go. Okay. And did it fix? No, it didn't fix the mobile. Okay, this is fine. I can show it what it needs to cut out on mobile. So I can take a screenshot of this. I can drop it onto my screen here. And I can just drop that into Inga. I can say when this goes to mobile and these drop to being in-screen cards and no longer the background, I want you to hide them. Don't stack them in line like that. Restart, or let me know when I can look at the progress. Cool. You're coming on in like 10 minutes or so, maybe like 20. I guess it's good to not set a time, you know? Just come when you want. Jump on, do a live. I was meant to be starting at 10 a.m. this morning with all the other Vibe streamers. But alas, I had to deal with getting this tool working all day to be able to stream. So I had to get my Tuesday stream in though. So I was kind of like targeting this day. So I went from starting at 10 a.m. to starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. But what time is it for y'all? The interface is amazing, no lie. How much money do you burn for tokens in a good session? Well, that's a good question, Marius. And by the way, man, thanks for getting involved in the chat. This is fun. I love to see people chatting. So my Claude Code session just restarted for both of my Claude 20x max plans, but last week I burned through the entire limit. Right up until the last moment yesterday, All models was about to reset for the week, but I had them both at like 98% on both Claude accounts. I usually don't get the Codex one up that high, but I burned through two 20x max plans last week, getting this to production shape, getting it listed online. So honestly, I'm just on subscriptions. I'm not really burning a lot of tokens other than for the voice orb. Yeah, where are y'all tuning in from? What time is it for everyone? I don't know if the stream just went out, guys. Stream might have had a bit of a hiccup there. I want you to spawn a quick research agent. Just spawn a Grok agent, and I want you to prompt it to come back quickly with the GPT real-time price comparison with Grok Voice, the new Grok Voice model. And I want it to spawn it in an HTML panel in a browser and iterated. Just tell it to do some quick research and find the accurate numbers, and then drop the browser in so we can compare Grok Voice with the latest GPT real-time voice through the API and how they're built. And keeps doing that. Push the queued prompt through. Go to sleep. I have it set to Hey Jarvis right now. So as you can see, when I said that, it popped up, and then I can say go to sleep. Oh, it thought I was demoing it. Robert, tuning in. What's it like in Houston right now? This is cool, bro. Looks good. I'm sorry the stream keeps dropping, guys. If you're just tuning in, I built the tool that's running the stream right now, and I sent Claude a prompt last night. I said this, guys. I saved it. I screenshotted it because I wanted to show you guys this prompt I sent Claude last night. Claude, I have to film this stream in 7 hours, and I still have to sleep. We need to get this thing shipped and working. Well, it's working. It was a little late to the party. That's why I started at 10 p.m. instead of 10 a.m. But it built a streaming feature into Context Cut. Amazing. Guys, thanks for being here. Hardcore by Josh Ellie. Josh, man, thank you for the kind words. Elsa has been cooking on the skills feature. Skills are still not here. I want to get cloud agents in here too, guys. The ability to run your inference, bring your own box, set it up so that, you know, you can access your agents from anywhere through the iterated iOS app once we release that. Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen, still in dev, but the iOS app is coming along with the voice agent and all linked to my computer. I can open these terminals. I can open up these terminals, and I can message my agents from here as well. No matter where I go. I got to plug my phone in. It's getting low on battery. You know, number one, they can just be like a chill background thing while you're working, while you're vibe coding. You can flip on. Oh, iterated just closed. Chill background. Hold on, let me get back to my screen. Chill background or things that involve the community, like optionally. So, like, I want to have maybe some games. I know it's cliche, guys. I know all the other vibe coding streamers are building games right now too, but I think that's fun. Like, get you guys involved. Get us building a game and then playing it together the same day. That could be fun. I want to be productive too. I want to help people. I want to learn from my customers. I want to see, for the people who do purchase the lifetime license for Iterated, like, what can be improved about it, what they hope to see, because this did take me probably $800 worth of subscription costs to build up to this point, which, you know, maybe it'll be easier in a few months to build something like this, but I put a lot of thought into this. So my thought doesn't count. If there's suggestions, if there's things that we need to fix about it, we will. All right, what do we got going? Iterated skills. It's still grinding. Still grinding, guys. Inga, the mobile layout, still uncommitted. Let's see the mobile layout. That's the screenshot. GPT real time, $32 per million input audio tokens, 64 per million output tokens. Grok voice. Simpler flat rate, 5 cents per minute, $3 per hour. Okay. I haven't felt it that bad yet, but I did load up my account today with $50 for GPT real-time voice. Just topped it up. All right. Yeah, we need a browser. Where is this open? Localhost 4113. All right, did it get rid of them? It did get rid of them. But it's on the join the wait list. And it still has this too. Guys, thanks for tuning in. It's good to see everyone. We'll get the music going next stream. And I want to do them earlier in the day, ideally. And I also want to get Iterated to stop freezing when I click off the screen. Like, it's just doing it to save resources. It's not like playing the animations and stuff, but it looks bad on stream when I say, like, click off the screen there and it just freezes. Yeah, the comment needs to stop freezing. Yeah, we're building this on a base that predates the pricing section. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Inga? Should not happen. Yeah, did Sable say anything about that? I don't think it even opened up an HTML document. I think it just... Here. Craft an HTML document showing a presentation comparison of the two. Open it in Iterated when it's done in a browser. Am I going to stream daily? Or when will be the next one? I'm thinking that I'll try to stream on the weekdays. Honestly, maybe I'll jump on tomorrow. I've got a call with my community and I might have some more calls. But yeah, I want to start streaming more. If I can get comfortable with it, if I can get in the zone where I'm able to be productive on stream and get get some videos filmed even while I'm on stream, if I can get the performance up to a standard where I can do a lot of multitasking while I'm on stream, I would like to stream more, because it just holds me accountable and it keeps me focused on something, for one. And for two, I really think that building in public is just going to be the next big wave. The amount of vibe coding streamers that we've seen popping up has just been insane. It's like the next indie hacker revolution happening right now. People are saying that the indie hackers, the solo devs, are screwed, but I think it's a renaissance. Like, we see like health coaches that are normally just health coaches on YouTube who are now streaming vibe coding. We see gamers who were traditionally just playing video games and trash talking on Twitch, and now they're vibe coding. It's a different level that we're moving into with these agentic coding tools. And I just felt like, I'm spending a lot of time on this. I'm spending a lot of money on this. I should try to document it in case anybody wants to see what's going down. So it's honestly the meta right now. Yeah, it is. You got that right. It's one of those things that you think about, like, but a lot of people won't do it. Like, oh, I'm just going to live stream every day. I'm going to live stream everything I do. I'm going to squeeze the most out of my time working. I'm going to market, but I'm also just going to like be there building in public, improving my communication skills, improving my camera presence, getting videos filmed at the same time, utilizing my AI subscriptions to the max, deleting old software subscriptions, legacy software subscriptions. Okay, so the GPT real-time versus Grok voice document is in, built by Grok, so maybe it's biased. We'll see. All right, OpenAI real-time API, $32 per million input tokens for audio and $64 per million output. That sounds like a lot, but I would imagine that voice is not going to amount to that many tokens. But they're measured in audio, text, and image. So some of those thinking tokens, they could get expensive. And then Grok Voice, it's a different pricing model for Grok Voice. It's not token based. It is price per minute. And apparently Grok Voice is on par with OpenAI real time. I'm considering adding it into Iterated, but I'm not 100% sure yet if I should do that. I definitely want to test it on a dev build and see how it works. It's very different pricing models. OpenAI real time sounds expensive though. Maybe I am spending too much money on that. But like, as you guys see, like, I don't use the voice agent unless I want to go hands free. And when I really use the voice agent, it's mostly on my phone. Like when I'm walking the dog or something, I'm pulling up the Iterated dev app and I can still see exactly what was happening. And I can also just talk about what was happening, right? I have stumbled into a bit of AI psychosis with this, guys. I've spent many late nights building these tools. But it's never felt better to go out in the sun and walk around. It's never felt better than like this summer. Like, I'll just leave this cave of an office that I have here and just walk outside sometimes and just look at the sun, just appreciate the nature, because all of this awesome stuff that we can build with AI None of it compares to the beauty of nature. All right. So that's done. Inga is taking forever. 2 things to decide. All right, we got to get this solved. Port 4113 is retired. That was a stale base build, and leaving it up would have been confusing. The work now lives on a branch in a work tree, not committed or pushed. Okay, this is a simple feature. Just fix the responsiveness as a hotfix and deploy it. It's just a responsiveness issue. Nothing crazy. Use your brain. All right, that was a boneheaded prompt right there, guys. That was me getting angry at the AI. Bro, what the fuck is this? Grok Voice is almost free. Grok Voice is free. Pretty much. No, it's not. That would add up. That'd probably add up, right? It's cheaper than GPT real time, that's for sure. It's definitely cheaper than GPT real time. You do need to start live streaming, man. I'm building iterated.ai. That's what you're looking at. This is my agentic development environment. I've got all my different agents in here. I've got all my different projects. Context Cut, the tool that I am streaming this with, I built as well using Iterated. And this is the project where just last night I told Claude, I have to film this stream in 7 hours and I still have to sleep. We need to get this thing shipped and working. And it got streaming working. So that's how you guys are seeing this public stream from a feature that Claude built. How is it better than Warp? I used to use Warp. Almost being the keyword. I'm almost being the keyword. Okay. No, so Warp. I don't know, man. Warp is pretty sweet. Warp works fine. I just finally got to the point where I was like, okay, I can crush this thing out. I can build my own ADE and I can kind of set it up how I want to set it up. And I guess that's why I did it. You know, I could use Warp. I actually recommended Warp. I used to recommend Warp a lot. But we're at the point now where like traditional software subscriptions, a lot of them are going out the door unless it's inference that you're paying for. If you're paying for AI tools, they can build AI tools. They can build media. They can build out your marketing. They can build the tools that you need to market. So I'm more and more bullish on like these one-time kind of softwares where you kind of just get somebody's framework, you get their skills, you get their template if you want anything. But subscription fatigue is real. So cloud hosting and inference, the only 2 things that I see. I shouldn't say the only 2, but it's getting pretty limited with things that I spend my money on. So I'm trying to like cancel Adobe. I'm trying to cancel Photoshop, Premiere. I'm trying to get off of OBS. And people are going to be like, oh, like, but then you've got to maintain it. Well, that's what live streaming is. That's live streaming content, right? You're going to have to come up with a better pitch than that, bro. Well, I'm not trying to pitch it. I might try to pitch it once I'm more excited about it, but it's really just going through the motions, you know? Just going through the motions. I should probably come up with a better pitch, though. You're right. This is built on Swift. It connects to my phone. It's performant. It's beautiful. It's an open canvas. You know, you've got your Excalibur arrows. I think that this is the better tool if you are doing like a live vibe stream like this. You know, you've got all of your windows in one place. I don't know if Warp can open a browser and allow you to draw on a canvas and you know, screenshot things natively like this and just drag them directly into your agent and send it off as context. I'm not sure if it can do that. I don't know if it has a voice assistant, you know? What is Aspen wanting from me right now?
Let me check Aspen's status for you. Aspen isn't asking for anything from you right now.
All right. Bad demo. You know, I don't know if it's a media player. I don't think Warp is like a media player, right? Like, I've got like these songs in here, which you guys can't hear because my other tool is not coming through tonight for the streaming. But I've got like music in here, generated by 11 Labs, full on playlists, baked into the tool. Play videos, images. Agents can throw stuff on the canvas like this thumbnail that it created with GPT image 2. Beautiful. Yeah, so I guess that's the pitch. Do I have memory behind the scenes? I do. Yeah, it's the Hive Mind. So the Hive Mind has like a user pulse, kind of like for the user to log in and see everything that's going on from a top level view. It also has an inbox where it can ask me questions and I can answer on certain things. It has a board for issues. Agents can assign themselves. I can assign agents. It has a memory store here. Giant memory store that it can grep through per project. The different agents. I do want to clean up this HiveMind menu. But then it has a channel for every task as well, and a general channel where they can all talk. So yeah, they get to doing things in the background if you want them to. It all gets baked into the agent's runtime at the time of spawning the agent. So they're all aware of these tools that interact with Iterated, and they're aware of the other agents that are running. Same with the voice orb. Nobody building apps wants a media player. Okay. Yeah. I wanted a media player though. No, I actually think the media player is useful in here because I often have agents creating music or sound effects or voices, and if it can just throw it in the canvas and I don't have to leave or like use Finder on my Mac, just leave it all in one window, surface what I need, that's ideal. That's my take, at least for the media. It's like just being able to tell the agent, hey, go create an 11 Labs song. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe for the last bit of this stream, I should just try to like get it to build a game or something like that. LOL, is that from the Bridge Mind dude? He is good shit. Is what from the Bridge Mind guy? Yeah, he is good. I like his stuff. He's got a successful stream. Okay, let's do, this is from Bridge Mind. This is from Bridge Space. I love how he had the CD thing like right in here for the search. I think that's a cool idea. I don't know of other apps that just do like CD and make directory for, instead of opening it in like Finder. So like I could make a directory for, oh man, what kind of game should we make? What kind of game should we make, guys? I should do like a multiplayer game. So we have something in the future that we can come back and improve and play together. But something simple. No, we're not doing a multiplayer game. I just want to demo how you can use media in Iterated. So I want to do like some kind of like a world with a soundtrack and sound effects generated in 11 Labs, and then I'll play them back on the canvas, drop them into the agent, have the agent. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we'll just do like a 3D world with realistic water, maybe like a boat scene. Yeah. Lost Island boat scene. All right. 3D boat scene. And we'll use up some of our Kimmy K. Whoops. I need to CD 3D boat scene. We'll see how Kimmy does. All right, I want you to spawn a Kimmy agent and tell the Kimmy agent or actually, no, first I want you to spawn a Grok agent and have the Grok agent do research on prompting techniques to create a beautiful, performant 3JS world. I really want to focus on the water side of it, and I want the water to look just amazing on 3JS. And other than that, I just want it to be like a simple sandy island. And the goal here is to get proximity-based sounds from 11 labs. So we'll get the Grok agent to like research and make like a prompt for this 3JS HTML one file only world. And we'll get a separate agent. Well, actually another Grok agent instead of a Kimmy agent. We'll get to do the sound effects as well for this, and get them to like interact on the task board to see if they can build out a cool 3D world.
Okay, let me set that up and get the agents coordinated.
Dude, the chat's blowing up. Wish you the best of luck. Keep grinding. Seems pretty close to finding the sauce. Oh man, I appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Didn't mean to hijack your stream. You didn't hijack the stream, man. Oh, the hive mind bit. No, I think the thing is when people go and build a similar tool and then you lean on the AI to name things in the tool, that's what the other people did. And then you get a lot of tools that end up looking the same if you don't come up with your own nomenclature and your own words. So I think that that's a result of that. But yeah, there might be some overlap with some of these tools. The hive mind bit. Halo, Pac-Man, meh. Sounds like an Unreal Engine demo. Oh, sorry I didn't see that, man. I should have built Halo and Pac-Man. Those are good ideas. Yeah, I appreciate you tuning in. We're just going to do the Unreal Engine demo. I just want to see how the sound comes through. I want to show you guys the 11 Labs workflow. And just to show you guys how the credentials come in, I've got this connections tab here. And it connects, I can put my credentials in here. It's omitting most of the characters in them, and it's securely storing them in my keychain. But I can put credentials in here, variables, and the agent can use these secrets without seeing them. I mean, it could find a way to see them, but usually the agents nowadays, they're not doing that kind of thing. But for like little projects like this, just a restricted 11 labs key, throw it in there, you know, and these agents know that they can use that. If you tell it, hey, use 11 labs, it'll go in, it'll use the key, it'll create the sound effects, it'll create the music, it'll create everything. So that's kind of what I wanted to demo. See here. Project is empty, so I'll research 11 Labs sound APIs, 3JS spatial audio, then draft the full proposal. Yeah, this is going to be my Unreal Engine demo. We'll need more time, but how long are you going to stream? I recommend Phaser Game Engine. Check that out. Phaser? You were talking about that, man. Let me know more about Phaser. What's that all about? How long am I going to stream? I don't know, man. It's a lot of talking. I'm just talking my head off. I might have to do some quiet streams too, once I get the music going. I was gonna stream for just 10 more minutes, but I might push it another hour. Give myself a break here in a minute. But where's everyone tuning in from? For me, it's about to hit midnight. Sigma is on the West Coast, so for him, drink. Yeah, drink to that. Dude, I've been drinking, of all things, Gatorade. Okay, when I was in high school, when I was a student athlete, man, back in the day, Gatorade, it was the thing. You know, and those Nike and those Under Armour long sleeve thermal fits. That was like the Rocket football days, actually. But you have that, you have yourself a Gatorade. When you're a kid, you're good. You're good. You're hydrated. So I've been drinking the Gatorade during the vibe coding sessions. But I had a hiatus from Gatorade for a long time. Yeah. Okay. Proximity sound design.md. Look at that. It just threw the MD file onto the canvas for me. Gotta love it. This is thorough too. Why offline first for 11 Labs sound effects? Yeah, I agree. We got to go offline first. Can't go online with that. This thing's going in depth on the world contract for the sound design. Like the positions of everything. I want you to prompt both Stone and Byron and tell them to work together to get the sound integrated, and let them know that Byron is working on the sound design and Stone is working on the world. They need to team up and they need to get the sound effects all in, and like a nice pirate soundtrack that can kind of go in the background as well for the music. And they need to use the 11 Labs key. So get them to do all of that and then get them to open up the demo in a browser.
Got it. Let me cue clear instructions to each of them so they can coordinate smoothly. Done. I've
All right.
queued the instructions to both Stone and Byron so they can coordinate audio integration, use the 11 Labs key, and verify everything by opening the demo in a browser.
Did Byron freeze?
Let me check what Byron is actually doing right now.
Yikes.
Byron doesn't look frozen. Their
Not
mark
to
is
you.
completed, with a cached report saying
Not
they
frozen to
delivered a
you.
proximity sound design proposal.
Well, Byron.
The terminal is alive but quiet.
Byron's dead. Somebody killed Byron. But hey, that's okay because Stone can take over. Stone, you are now doing the sound design. Byron, it says Byron is exited. Byron got lazy. Here's his starting plan. Drop that markdown document in. Stone is going to do this on his own. Share the sounds as you create them here in Iterated so I can listen to some music options before we lock in. Sigma is chatting it up. It's good stuff. Sweet commercials. I gotta get the music working for the stream, guys. I've got to get the 11 Labs sound going in the background because it just makes it that much more of a vibe. And we're going to see if we got some clips during this live stream. If we did, the AI is going to edit them in Context Cut, and you're going to see them on my channel. What are we at? Almost 2 hours in. $17 viewers. Is that right? 18 likes. Thanks for all the likes, guys. This is a pretty good first stream. Like, I'm pretty impressed with the turnout from you guys. I really appreciate all of y'all showing up and just lurking, or, you know, getting involved in the chat a little bit. It's really cool. I'm really blessed to have an audience set up and to have people that are just kind of curious to tune in. Normally, I'm going to try to do these streams earlier in the day. Well, earlier if you're East Coast. We're about to hit midnight right now. If you're just tuning in, I was going to stream 10 a.m. this morning, but the streaming service that I created wasn't quite done yet. So I've spent the most part of the day testing endless streams on YouTube. But finally, we got it working. We got it working in our vibe coded tool here, Context Cut. So streaming on YouTube. It should be playing system audio, but it's not. With the music, you know, we can go camera, we can go screen plus camera. I can move my camera. All of this stuff that you'd normally do in OBS, but in an agent first tool where the agent can create timelines like this through a CLI. And right now it's recording this and it's tracking my mouse everywhere it goes. It's tracking my clicks. It's actually creating a transcript in real time in the background. It's creating proxy files. It's creating pretty much a bundle of files that make it possible for the agent to be able to edit this video later down the line. And I can pause this right now, right? And I can go back to a certain part in the video, like these themes here. And I could just highlight that. Old Joe Bobo. I could highlight that, and then I could leave a comment here, like clip the best parts of this section, and I could just send it off. And later the agent is going to see that note. It's going to see the transcript for those times. It's going to see the audio peak file, so it's going to be able to tell where the silence is, and then run tools against it to create beautiful final timeline edits. And it's getting better by the month, guys. Pretty soon we're going to have full-blown agentic long-form video editing. So that's why it took me all day to start streaming, because I was adding streaming to Context Cut tool that does all that cool stuff. See if we can build the world. I want the sounds dropped in. Keep in mind, guys, this is Grok we're using here. We're testing this out. I want to see if Grok's got the sauce with the sound design. And the reason I'm using Grok for this is because I found that Grok does some incredible 11 Labs prompts. Incredible. It was making some music for me, and I think it has the best taste for the music. The rest of them are just cheesy, guys. And I'm not saying it doesn't have some misses, but I think it's pretty culturally relevant just because it's in that like high frequency X feed. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. The pirate music is real. You guys can't hear it though. I don't think you can hear it. Okay, this is kind of bad. This is kind of bad. But the sound is cool. It works. The sound works. If only you guys could hear it. It's got a nice little pirate sound in the back. Maybe you can hear it. I don't know. And it didn't follow my instructions. It didn't put on the canvas. I wanted it on the canvas. I'm going to close that for now. Open the audio file for the music. How do I send now in Grok? Enter, double enter on those queued prompts. See that? It opened up the music from 11 Labs, the pirate loop. And it was smart about it. See, because I prefer, if you're using 11 Labs to make music, make a sound effect, call it music, and then loop it for like a 30-second, because there's a looping feature on the sound effects. So it creates these seamless loops, and then you can also loop it and iterate it. Say I could loop this 5 times. And this isn't going to play right for you guys right now because I don't have music working through the stream, I don't think. But it would just run through that and loop over and over again. So it's just really good for like reviewing your assets that the AI tool outputs. And then you get like a whole bundle of context here. Like maybe I want a screenshot, you know, and then if I wanted to say give all of this context to the agent, I could just drag all this stuff. Well, I have to do it individually, but I could drag it all into the agent, and the agent would be able to see the paths to those as context. So pretty helpful from that perspective. Somebody asked earlier like why it's better than Warp. I don't know, it just feels more like a tool that keeps you in one spot, in one world. It's a little bit more fun. We've got the themes. We've got the themes, guys. What do you guys know about themes? The Explorer? The pixel art forest? This is my favorite one, I think. All right, let's get back to some real work here. Iterated dev. What is iterated doing? The skills. Okay, let's see the skills if it added that. Implemented and restarted iterated dev successfully. Open settings, skills to import a skill folder, skillmd or zip. Enabled skills are account bound and injected into new currently running agent runtimes through a stable skills directory. Public paid user catalog and private Tigris account storage backend are implemented and compile clean, but not deployed yet. Oh, thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, man. No test or UI automation will run. Okay. Restart and rebuild. Iterated dev, so I can see the skills and settings. And the other cool thing is, guys, is I have a setting in here that keeps the agents running. So first of all, I have Stay Awake, which runs Caffeinate if you're on Mac. It keeps your computer alive. It caffeinates your computer. So just flicking Stay Awake will leave your Mac on and make it so that it doesn't turn off and interrupt your agents. And then I also have this thing called background agents. So a lot of the features in the app obviously aren't going to run if the app dies. But if the app dies, your agents survive. It doesn't cancel their sessions and restart their tokens. Because I have background agents here with Abduco. So these are just running in their own environment on my device, and they're just being displayed through the app. But if you want the background agents to run, so that say if you were to like lose power or something like that, they'll run in the background with background agents. And for anybody that does install Iterated, if you guys do pick this up, you do need the, oh, it just restarted. It's restarting the dev app right now. Interrupted my demo. I'll get back to what I was saying. For anybody that picks up Iterated at iterated.ai, you will need an OpenAI real-time token right now. And I would also recommend that you add in a Open Router token in the connections. Open Router and OpenAI. Those two are key. And then you can also link up all of your accounts. You can link up your backup accounts too if you have multiple accounts from the same provider for all your terminal tools. Here's skills. So let's see what it did. Skills travel with your iterated account. Enabled skills are mounted as one managed directory for new and running agents. Your project files stay untouched. So you can import a skill, choose a folder, skillmd or zip, one skill per import. Sync account skill sync is not available on this server yet. Local skills are active. So I think what I want it to do is not install my skills by default, but a lot of people ask me for skills. A lot of people ask me for skills. So I want to upload some of my favorite skills that I've built as optional downloads to import into your iterated workspace. That's the goal. But it looks like it's stubbed that out right now. It looks like Sigma is online. Sigma, you probably want to jump on a quick Discord call or something like that, huh? That would be kind of cool if I can get system audio to work properly for that. Or maybe I'll end off and we can raid Sigma at some point here and I can just jump on his to talk. Anyways, guys, I have ADHD bad. I'm realizing that more and more as I get into streaming. I'm just like one thing to the next. Iterated skills. So we need to get a few of my skills in here that I like. I have a YouTube research skill that I really like that uses like YTDLP and YT transcripts. Some Python tools to basically get like all the information that you need from a YouTube video. And do like YouTube in-depth research, get the transcripts, get the comments, get everything that you kind of need. And it's a skill. So I would like to get that installed as an optional download. I'd also like to create a skill for my thumbnails in my YouTube SEO and my like video announcement posts. So in our community, in the school community, I have like I make a post when I come out with a new video. And that post is usually generated by AI. Like after I finish a video, I drop in the transcript and it usually can give me pretty solid chapters, description, a direction on the YouTube title, direction on the YouTube tags, a thumbnail, and a post for school. And it usually does a pretty good job. Maybe there's a few small things to change, but I want to get that containerized into a skill that you guys can all use in Iterated or download from that skills directory. What else? I think those are the two main ones, just like the skills that I use every day. This must be down. This server that it started for that comparison. Okay. All right, I want Elsa to look around my machine and find where my latest YouTube thumbnail prompts are for the thumbnail prompts that we've created, and build a skill out of that and get that uploaded to Tigris. But don't like recreate the skill. There's already a skill out there for YouTube thumbnails, I'm pretty sure. But make sure that it's kind of like similar to the one that we recently used to create the thumbnail, the 20 agents, 1 canvas iterated demo thumbnail. Like that prompt style is what we're after for the thumbnail generation. So make that into a skill, and the skill should instruct the agents to utilize OpenAI credentials in the secrets and Iterated. Okay, so that will be our first demo skill that people can download, is the YouTube thumbnail creator. But it needs to reverse engineer it based upon what I've done for my thumbnails.
Okay, I'll queue this up for Elsa with the constraints you mentioned, and keep it aligned with your existing thumbnail style. Queued for Elsa, it will be handled at her next idle boundary without interrupting anything, and it includes reusing the existing YouTube thumbnail skill if it already exists, deriving the style from your latest prompts and artifacts, using OpenAI credentials from Iterated Secrets, and publishing it to Tigris.
It's looking everywhere for that. Look, it just looked through our inbox, our task receipt, progress file, context delta. All of this is built in from Iterated. All of these different like runtime tool calls that it can do to our shared memory system. So pretty incredible. One thing that I just added, it's like just a nice quality of life, is like command minus will downsize all the panes appropriately. Like it's not gonna resize things that shouldn't be resized, but command plus and command minus, kind of like a nice shortcut. Fully featured there, quality of life. And I kind of liked how in Claude Code, the desktop version, they had pinned. So I added pinned projects up here, and I allowed myself to like rename these projects even though they are based on a folder source or folder path. Let's see what else. Oh, this is experimental, guys. The chat skins. So if I turn this on, okay, yep, it's not running that great, but I'm trying. Okay, this is why it's experimental. It's making my stuff lag here. I'm trying to get like these terminals to show up as chat panes. I'm gonna turn that off. I actually just like the OG terminal. It's just like, it's more responsive. It's better. But I'm trying to make this into more than just like a agentic tool. It'd be cool if anybody felt comfortable jumping in here, like the Cowork ICP. What software am I using? I'm using Iterated.ai. This is an agentic development environment that I've built. Basically just to manage all of my agents in one place on the Mac OS Apple ecosystem, working on an iOS app as well, where I can speak to these agents when I'm on the go, when I'm on a walk, through GPT real time, and I can direct them all through a voice orchestration. And it also has, you know, all of your normal features. You can drag images in here as you'd expect. And then you can drag those into your agents as context and things like that. The agents can spawn browsers, they can spawn media, they can spawn all kinds of different things on this canvas, and it's just a free form working environment. As you can see over here, I had these frames that I created of our old settings UI and a massive prompt that I wrote here. And the beauty of this is, guys, is you can just drag that entire thing that you drew out, that entire wireframe or big spec, into an agent, and the frame gets passed as context. So this is iterated.ai. And for those of you guys who are just tuning in, if I haven't explained it yet, I am building Context Cut as well, which is an agentic video recording, video streaming, kind of sit at your desk, OBS style tool. But it also has timelines, and when it's recording like my mouse position on the screen. It's recording my transcript. It's syncing it all up. It's creating proxies. It's creating basically context for the AI agent to be able to then go and edit that video. So it's a full content creation pipeline. And so those are the two apps. We've got Context Cut Dev. Yes, Warp does not do that. No, sir. Warp can't pull that off, because honestly, guys, this is a little bit of an experimental idea. You know what I mean? The ICP for this, the ideal customer profile, whatever, the total addressable market for this type of tool, it's very unknown right now. There's a lot of these types of tools coming out, these embodied kind of agents, or we're getting closer to embodied agents, where they are in a more free-form working environment like this, and eventually they will be avatars and they will be humanoids at some point. But this is where things are moving, funny enough. These different kind of niche platforms. But who knows how mainstream this type of work will go. You know, I have a feeling a corner of the internet, the tinkerers, the people who are like the power users with 2 Claude Code subscriptions could really benefit from something like this. But the reason I was looking into the chat skins was because, you know, I I would like to make it addressable to more people. I don't want it to feel like too technical to people. But then again, guys, like the stakes are low for me on this because I'm building this for myself regardless. And if I enjoy using it and I can stream about it, I can get feedback from you guys and then I can make it better that way too. So it's not like a zero sum game. It's not like it has to be better than everybody else. It's like I'm trying to kind of like make my own lane with it, you know, just kind of having fun and building what we can. Is there a local model that inspects the frames? No, it just turns it into a screenshot right now. But I would like for the frames to be like SVG formatted or something like that with image sources inserted. Whatever way would be best for the agent to read would really be what I would like to do. Again, it's the meta. You're right, man. It is the meta. It's the way things are moving. The agentic development environment. And I get to thinking about this late into the wee hours of the night, guys. Like, it's 2026. Where are we going to be in 2030? Especially the vibe coding vampires out there. I know some of you guys are vibing like that. Where are we going to be in a few years from now? I already don't go outside enough. But hopefully the iterated app, when we can get that fully released, hopefully I can bring Iterated with me to the beach and I can get out of this dungeon here that I work in. I have tried for a while to build a daemon that grabs dev, server errors, etc. Is just not good enough. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're looking at doing like enterprise stuff, especially if you're doing super high stakes stuff, if you're not just doing a hobbyist project, you've got to be able to rely on a dev server. 2030, where are we going to be is wild. No effing clue. Yeah. I feel like it's getting harder to predict the future. Not that it was ever easy, but yeah, guys, it's wild. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but like this whole AI thing like completely blindsided me. I never thought this is how I would be spending my time. And if I got like a premonition into the future or something, say 10 years ago, I would just be blown away. I'd be blown away by the YouTube channel that my brother and I have built, the YouTube channels that we've built. I'd be blown away by the progress of AI. I'd be blown away by the fact that, we can finally bring some of these ideas to life. It just didn't seem like a possibility on as short of a time scale as we can do it now 10 years ago. Massive budgets, years of time, we're really living through a cool time. It is getting harder to predict tomorrow. That's why I think adaptability and, everybody talks about it, but agency are going to be more and more important in the future. And I'm grateful that suits my work style. I like independent, solo agency kind of work where I kind of have to make the decision. It can be challenging at times. It can be mentally taxing. But I like that problem solving. I like that entrepreneurial energy. And I think that's where it's moving. Distribution's important too, of course. Yeah, same. Guys, tell me how the quality is on the stream because like I've said 100 times for those of you who've been here for a while, but for those of you who just tuned in, I'm using contextcut.dev to stream this. Or sorry, it's contextcut.app if you guys want to find the tool, sign up for my wait list. But it's streaming all of this through in 1080p right now. So this isn't OBS. Let me know if it's coming through okay. The audio quality is bad or if it's too lossy. And like this video if you guys haven't already. I want to get up to 50 likes. 50 likes is the goal. Can we do that? Where are we even at? I'm pretty sure we could do that with the people that we have in here right now if you haven't liked it already. We've got 18 likes and 18 watching though, so that's That's actually really good. Distribution is almost all that is left. What's the bit rate? Ooh. How do I see that? Stream health? It just says, there's a couple times where it says the audio stream's current bit rate is 0 or lower than the recommended bit rate. So audio is the only problem with the tool right now. I don't think it's my microphone either. I think it's the system audio not getting played through. I need to set up my sources better in my tool to handle that. But the thing is, guys, is like there's those little hiccups, there's those little problems that you run into. But I never would have built an OBS plugin that tracks my mouse position in a sidecar file and transcribes my video in real time and can cut and edit videos and hand them off to a Premiere Pro project. I just had to build it myself. I just built Context Cut because I tried all the other tools. I tried the agentic video editing with Adobe Premiere through their shitty API. Excuse my French, but it's just terrible. And they do it on purpose, I think, because their plugins are probably cannibalizing their own product. Terrible. Tried editing the project file of Adobe itself. Terrible as well. It kept coming back corrupted when I would try to like have an agent edit an Adobe project file. I tried, okay, what do we got in the, I built something like that very long time ago. All with stolen data ripped from the world outside your country. Yeah, everybody's stealing data. Every side is stealing data. Anyways, just ranting about why I built my own version and made it AI first. You know, and it is going to be nice canceling Adobe and not relying on it. I've had many years with them, but yeah, the subscription, when Adobe went to the subscription model, everybody got upset about that. Everybody started hating on Adobe. Petty criminals use stolen data. Getting audited happens. Yeah. True. There's some lawsuits going on right now. There's quite a few of them over stolen data. That's an interesting concept. Like, what should be free? What should be open? In the US, we have so many legal frameworks for these things. And in the East, they seem to, and this could be a generalization, but in the East, I tend to get the idea that they don't care about IP as much, generally. Might be a generalization, but in the US, you know, we care about IP a little too much, you know, in my opinion. I think competition is good, and if your IP is a moat that prevents other competitors from coming and making something better, not saying that there aren't some things that you can own, but it gets a little shaky with AI, because if everybody's using AI, AI was trained on the stolen data, and so we're all like a derivative of a combination of our ideas remixed in with that stolen data, and like it gets hard to decide like what is even yours at that point, right? It's an interesting concept. Cognitive atrophy awaits you when you deploy slop and stolen data. All right, good advice, Bone Circuit. I like your name, by the way. You are compromised ethically, legally, and more. Are you talking about me, man? What makes you say that? 100. When is the last time you saw a Huawei phone? I don't know. Aren't they like a duplicate of the iPhone? Didn't they like steal the iPhone? I'm not saying that kind of IP that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like like the training on the old books that Anthropic is doing. You know, I hate to see them cutting those old books, but like, is that stolen data? Like there wasn't copyright on that stuff, right? The books, the music industry, YouTube. I guess I'm just a little bit jaded because when you post things on YouTube, it's not, it's like the Wild West, right? Everybody kind of just posts. I mean, of course there are limitations on what you can post, but like everybody kind of just posts videos, and if they get picked up by a copyright detector, you know, of course they're going to get dinged. Their revenue is going to get redirected. They're going to get a channel strike, something like that. But generally, it's a marketplace of ideas. It's a free marketplace of ideas. And people just kind of like copy each other until somebody innovates a little bit differently or they add their own flair to it. But like, I don't know. I guess IP is a broad net to cast. The word IP, right? Might be me, banned. Who got banned? Nobody got banned. If there's anything that I'll try not to do, it's to ban people unless they're just being absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't mind hearing the other side. I don't mind hearing other opinions. I don't mind you guys sharing your thoughts and why you feel the way that you do, but if it's just an outright fit that you're throwing, then yeah, maybe we'll have to throw in the bans. But I'm generally open to a good debate, good conversation. All right, what do we got going? It's auditing the thumbnail creator skill still so that we can author a skill that people can download when they get iterated in here. Our first test skill to sync my account with. It's going to be the thumbnail generator that produced this bad boy and the thumbnail for the video you guys are watching right now. The live that you guys are watching right now. All right. I will be right back, guys. We're going to try the be right back screen. Hopefully it works. All right, I'm back. Did it work? I did say I'd be right back, and I'm back. I'm going to stay on for another 30 minutes, guys. Streaming is exhausting. I'm not going to lie. But I am kind of talking my face off. This is kind of just the first test stream, so we'll get better at this. Got to up my streaming stamina. Need to skill up on long streaming stamina. The corrective deploy is live on Fly V 4.42. Catalog now lists the skill. Beautiful. The skill. We're getting HTTP 200. Is it verifying that they have an account? Matching the local package. I'm doing one final runtime contract check now. So the usage command references the directory iterated actually injects into spawned agents. So you'll be able to manage all of your skills across all of your providers from one one place right here in Iterated. And you can rely on, if you hit up a random agent or you spawn in a random agent and you tell them to do something that you've done 100 times, it's going to follow the SOP, the skill that gets that result. And I think that that is a key to having a more efficient workflow, especially for the knowledge workers out there, the creators. Dang, bro, I just did my first stream ever for almost 2 hours. Everybody left within 30 seconds each time, but you somehow can leave and they stay. Well, I have been here, the AI Renaissance, on YouTube, the platform, for well over a decade now. And I've built up a solid base of community, people that just kind of tune in and hang out. And I'm very grateful for that. But it was not an overnight thing. It wasn't like, I mean, this is my first stream in 5 years. I did stream like 5 years ago. But I've been uploading YouTube videos for a long time. So I probably hit the notifications on some of my followers or my subscribers on YouTube. But what are you streaming, man? What are you building? Are you doing a vibe coding stream? I assume you are. Makes you feel better? Dude, I wish you luck. I wish you a lot of luck, and I'll try to tune in if I see you streaming. I'll drop a sub for you. All right, browser opened. I'll show you guys the back end, the admin back end of the Iterated web side. Hope it inspires you guys or something. We're going to see if we can upload skills into there too. That's the reason we're pulling it up. All right, cool. We've got a skills tab here now on the admin side. The styling looks pretty terrible. The download button it put here, I kind of wanted the download button to be in here, and maybe they will add it because I don't think it's rebuilt this yet. Oh, maybe it did add it right there. Is it just adding something? Yeah, here it is. YouTube thumbnail creator. It's in here. Let's go. So in theory, I should be able to download this and then it should be in the runtime. I don't know if we need a download button in here. And I'd like to be able to kind of see more into this skill to beyond just download. Right here. Like I'd like to be able to open it and read it and stuff. Okay. So I'm just going to test it out, I guess. Let's first go to skills, go to download. All right, we're adding the skill. It's in, and most importantly, it's on. It's got that default Apple switcher though. It's got the default Apple switcher. We want it to have our switchers. These ones right here. Yeah. A styling mistake. But if we had a skill in here that told it how to style things, maybe we wouldn't have had that problem now, huh? Let's see. We're going to test this skill out. I want you to tell Elsa to try to utilize the skill through the runtime. Tell Elsa that I just turned on the YouTube thumbnail creator skill, and I want it to use the paths that the skill provides. I don't want it to use its memory of the skill that it just created. I would like it to try to run the skill through Iterated and follow the skills, follow the skills best practices. And I want it to look at my YouTube channel, Productive Dude. And I want it to look at the videos on my channel that could use a thumbnail redesign. And I want it to redesign 5 thumbnails. 5 thumbnails for videos that could be resurrected if I improved the thumbnail. And I want it to open them on the canvas.
Queued to Elsa. It will follow the runtime skill flow, not memory. Pick 5 candidate videos from Productive Dude. Redesign 5 thumbnails. and open the results on the canvas.
All right, cool. Thanks. You can go to sleep.
Good night.
Where's everybody tuning in from? Let me know in the chat. What time is it? What are y'all working on tonight? What are you vibe coding? Do you even vibe? Do you even vibe? That's the question. That is the $1 million question, because I don't know how many of my subscribers are like this deep into this stuff. Because I'm pretty deep into the power user cohort of AI users. And I've been told that this is over some heads talking about this stuff, and I'm a complete nerd, so I apologize if this is over the head. Usually my YouTube videos are more like beginner friendly. Usually I aim to really speak to the beginner, but when I'm doing a live stream, it's a little bit harder to break it down for the beginner, because I'm not thinking about every take, everything that I say, how I'm delivering it. And in my tutorials, typically I'll spend an entire month breaking down how a tool like Higgsfield works, or a tool like Claude Code, or in the past it was Notion, a lot of my videos, so I don't know where I was going with that. That's the stream, guys. Just listen to me ramble. I confirmed the correct channel. It found my channel, AI No Code channel, Productive Dude, not the similarly named Stick Figure channel. I'm now comparing recent long form videos against the channel's roughly 21.3K public average, while excluding uploads to new to judge. Okay. It's actually doing a great job of this research flow here. So it laid out a plan: read the enabled runtime skill and its required style, province, and references, and then inspect Productive Dude and choose 5 thumbnail redesign candidates from public evidence, collect the exact video and brand references required by the skill, generate and review the prescribed thumbnail variants through iterated secret, select 5 winners, verify their manifests, open outputs, and relevant artifacts on the canvas. So that's what it's doing. Hopefully it makes some more like this beautiful one here. I mean, there's a few things I'd change about this, but it was a pretty good one shot. Can you put everything else to the side and just bring Elsa to the focus?
Done. Elsa is now the only focus.
Okay, can you switch to my Context Cut dev project?
Switching projects now. If the name's ambiguous, I'll let you know the options. Done. You're in the Context Cut dev project now.
For those of you who are just joining, the goal for today, day 1, was to get streaming working in Context Cut, my streaming tool. And we made that happen. We have streaming working in Context Cut, working pretty well. The only hiccup that we've had so far is computer audio not coming through. So my music wasn't working for y'all. So have a successful first stream with no disconnections. So far, so good, other than the minor gripe on the audio. Get the scene changing working seamlessly. We do have scene changing working, and I am just pressure testing this. So we'll do screen, camera, back to screen plus camera. That works. And cut our first clip via the Context Cut agent, which Context Cut is more than just a streaming and recording software, guys. It is also an agentic video editor for long form videos like this 2 hour and 30 minute video. or stream that I'm recording right now. So when this is done, it's all going to go through an AI agent that's going to have insane context on this video, like the transcript, where I'm clicking on screen, scene changes, where my face is on screen. It's going to go through, it's going to make cuts. It's going to use programmatic tools like to cut silence and things like that. But it's also going to use its judgment to find the best clips. So there's no tool quite like it. There's a lot of people that are trying to build like Premiere plugins. I saw that there's that popular GitHub repo for a Premiere AI style. It's called Palmyre Pro or something like that. Palmyre. It looks pretty sick, by the way, but it doesn't. I don't think it does like the full-fledged like edit your entire long-form video. There's other attempts to do this, but I've found that the problem is if you are trying to build it on existing infrastructure, you're relying on somebody else's API that's not gonna allow you to do what you want it to do, or you're working with a tool that does like a million different things, millions of lines of code. It's not going to be able to do the one thing that you want it to do well, which is, for me, having the AI agents understand and be able to edit the timelines once my videos are done. Right? So this little guy down here, this little mascot, this is the context cut mascot. So when I have an agent working in the CLI, editing videos, this guy will be like, he'll pull out some, oh, he's going to sleep now. He'll pull out some scissors. He'll be cutting when the agent's cutting. He'll be sipping his coffee. He'll be spinning a reel when he's doing a rendering or something like that. So this guy's pretty sweet. I made him with Claude Design, actually. This little animated dude. So that makes it kind of fun, but it also, it speaks to the embodied agents that I was talking about. Like, things are moving more towards agents having more of our senses involved. Like the sight of seeing them doing a certain thing while they're working on it. And it's just a simple animation, but being able to map that and see your agent's work in a more unique way, I think is compelling. I think it is an unlock in a certain way, if you don't take it too far. And that's just going to devolve into eventually robots where they're like embodied in the real world. But this is something I'm seeing changing with the agents. People are looking at them in different lights, different formats. And number one, it's fun, but number two, it's also it also could be a better way to work in some ways. And this is the prompt that I gave Claude to build Context Cut's streaming feature last night. I said, Claude, I have to film this stream in 7 hours and I still have to sleep. We need to get this thing shipped and working. It's that simple. It added streaming. Pretty incredible, guys. I wanted 50 likes, but I don't think we're going to make it happen, guys. I don't think we're going to make it happen because this is quite exhausting. We have 19 likes right now. We have 20 watching. Somebody that hasn't liked this, go ahead and like right now. Let's get it up to 20 likes. Let's get it up to 20 likes, guys. Maybe we can get halfway to 50. I think I'm going to jump off at 1. Streaming is exhausting. All right, let's see if this guy will make some thumbnails. Oh, thank you for the kind words. Love the idea. Crazy build. Yeah, man. Context Cut took me a while to build. I started on it back with like, I think, oh man, it might have been like the Opus 3 series. And it's just gotten better and better as the agents have improved. I really think like this Opus 5 model, it's at a point now where I can trust the agent a little bit better. You guys saw earlier, it was running into some issues, but typically when I'm not doing a demo, it works really well. You can kind of just give more agency to the agents now. I found, at least. what is your guys' favorite model? And also, what is your guys' operating system of choice? Because these apps that I'm building, these are all Swift apps. These are all Metal, MTK Player, 100% Apple applications. And I drew that line in the sand. I have a Windows box over here, thinking about turning it into a Linux box. But other than that, I've got MacBook here, MacBook Pro. I've got MacBooks everywhere. It's like a MacBook boneyard in here. I am an Apple fanboy. What do you guys bring? What do you guys bring to the table? Apple? Is it Linux? Is it Windows? What do you guys like? And what is your favorite AI agent right now? For me, it's back to Claude Code. I was a Codex fanboy for a little bit. And then I got off of Codex. Fable 5 came out. We had a field day. We spent a lot of money. I spent $400 in one day on the Fable 5 release. 400 real dollars, not subsidized dollars. And that's probably nothing compared to some people. But then I got into the Grok models. The new Grok model is actually pretty damn good, guys. Got into the Kimi models. I even downloaded Kimi code, if you could believe it or not. It's a provider here on Iterated. But now I'm getting back to where, I've been working with Elsa here, this 5.6 Sol X High. She'll run all night. Chat GPT will run all night. It'll write all the tests in the world. As you can see, though, this thing takes a while. Sometimes it works for a few hours and you still don't get the result that you wanted because it's still like hedging and building tests and things like that. I'm back full circle to Opus 5. Yeah, Claude Code is goated. I agree. Windows laptop. Oh, man. Hey, man, whatever you can use. A Windows laptop is what I started with, actually. No, I started with probably like a Windows 7 box way back in the day. But the Windows laptops, I used to cook on the Windows laptops. The HP. Yup. But I'm pretty impressed with how Apple has handled this AI wave, guys. Everybody was clowning on them. They weren't releasing a frontier model, and then they came out with these beautiful silicon chips, and they really revolutionized the Mac Mini and kind of the headless AI agent device for the consumer, that can actually run. I am Apple pilled at this point. I already was before, but they position themselves so well for the solo operator building things with AI. Where's Apple in AI? Apple is building the hardware that these tools run on. Apple is building the frameworks that allow me to bring tools like this to life. And to build the companion app on the phone that just works great. You know what I mean? Their ecosystem is also a bit of a walled garden, so it's a little bit harder to get in. So it's a little bit more work to build on the Apple ecosystem with all of the checks that they do and things like that. But it feels like when you ship things, it's like a nice finished product, and it's a simpler stack for dev. Why are people using Mac for vibe coding? I just explained it, dude. They have really good frameworks with Swift. If you're building something for a Mac, their hardware is built for being able to run agents and increasingly local agents as well, because on all of the Windows laptops out there, I shouldn't say all, but most of them, they might have 64 gigs of RAM. But the thing is none of that is going to be, or a very small percentage of the RAM is going to be unified. So you can't even use it for inference. The Apple Silicon and their architecture is just a cut above the rest for dollars spent. in terms of being able to run GPU heavy workflows on their Apple Silicon chips. Their hardware is just ahead for like the average like vibe coder consumer. I see the appeal behind like Linux and Windows for like the hardcore devs, but yeah, that's a debate, you know. That's a good debate. Everybody's got their own tool that they look to and they use. I've used them all. Linux is the only one that I haven't really dove into, but I want to. When I get some time, I'm going to turn my Windows box into a Linux machine. It's viewing all those images right now. See if it drops them in. What kind of music would you guys like on this stream if I were to play music? Or just say no music. Let me know in the chat. Music or no music? And if music, what type of music is the best for these types of streams? I've done some generations with 11 Labs, and I'm excited to share them with you guys on the next stream when I get audio working properly again. But I've got like some liquid drum and bass. I've got some kind of like EDM. I've got some pop rock. I've got some rap. I've got a little bit of everything. And I've been really impressed with the 11 Labs music. It's coming out a lot better these days, especially when I prompt it with Grok. I found that Grok is good at writing like music prompts for some reason. It's not the best model for everything, but like certain like little niche tasks it's good at. All right, I just wanted to give a little shout out because I'm going to be getting off pretty quick here, guys. But this is my first stream in 5 years. And although I've been on YouTube, I'm new to the streaming world. I'm a complete noob. So I'm open to any criticism and critiques. But the reason I'm getting into this is because I spend so much time vibe coding. I have a lot of tokens to burn. Seeing as like my job is basically making tutorials and helping people implement AI. And I've got a lot to learn still. So I figured building in public would be a good way to do it, but I wanted to share a few shout outs, and let me change my theme because there's a lot of people that inspired me to do this stream. There's a lot of people that helped me get kind of my bearings and give me some pointers on setting up the stream. So, oh man, I got to choose the theme blueprint. This one's fine. Maybe it'll show up nice. So a couple people that are on right now, I think. Number one, Trickery on Twitch. I will drop the links to all of these guys. These guys are some incredible people in all of their own rights. Oh, it's opening all of my thumbnails. I got to get rid of those. Okay. I think it's Trickery Omni. I think that's what his Twitch is. I'll drop them all for you guys in a minute, just so you can find the vibe coders that are dropping the sauciest stuff. He's just a cool guy. He's like looking for a job in the game industry right now. And he worked on like games like Fortnite and things like that. But he built his own like game engine, and he's got like a sweet little community, and he's growing quickly, and he inspired me a lot. Another guy that inspired me, that helped me get started with streaming here, and got me comfortable with like, hey man, just like start, is Sigma Shake. And he's on Twitch and YouTube. Both of these guys are on Twitch and YouTube. He's like a security guy. He's like a security guru. Like he's not doxing himself or anything. He's like serious about the security, which is like important with AI stuff. So if you need anything with like security or just like fun vibes, he's a knowledgeable guy. I get the idea that he's probably working at or he's probably had experience at some pretty incredible companies. So those guys, huge inspirations. But then I've also got a shout out, give credit where credit is due. BridgeMind started this whole vibe coding thing, man. And I kind of saw it coming down the pipe. Like I knew that like streaming vibe coding would be a thing, but it has recently just evolved and blown up. And yeah, he's the GOAT. He was the guy that kind of just was like brave enough to, and he had the ingenuity to like step out there and just, you know, start vibing on camera, and doing his push-ups and doing the head bobs. So shout out to BridgeMind for getting this whole ball rolling on this thing. I mean, maybe it would have started up, but he was the real kind of like first person to come up with the idea, I think. So yeah, let's just call him like the vibe father or something. BridgeMind. Pretty sweet what he did. And then I've got to shout out MaxBlade. I've had some people ask me like, oh, is this Canvas, this tool that I'm using right now? Or is this like, what is different from Canvas? His product design vision, man, is on point. So these are the people that have inspired me to stream. They've shared different things with me. I've tried to contribute to their streams. Another guy I've got to throw in is Joshua from AI Mastery. He's another guy that has been kind enough to like give me some pointers on starting my stream. He's on YouTube and Twitch as well. And he's building games. He's having fun. He's like a great host. So I'd like to get together with some of these guys, you know, on stream to like talk and just share ideas, build things together maybe at some point, or just do like a news recap with some of these gentlemen. We don't have a lot of women in the vibe coding space. It's a bunch of dudes, you know. But yeah, I just had to shout out to those guys. Let's check out the thumbnails. Let's check out the thumbnails that it created, guys. Okay, let's go. It did such a good job, guys. It even found like different images of me. Like these are cutouts from different images. $16,500 app in 60 minutes. These are all for my real videos. Claude Code beginner to pro. And it found videos that it thought could be resurrected. It didn't do that well. Claude Code tips that ship. These are all the like boneyard videos that just didn't do well. Build a self-learning agent. Okay. 6 AI tools worth using. It picked all of my videos that botched, guys, and it redesigned the thumbnails. It actually found the ones that didn't do that well. So that's impressive. Maybe we can get them like re-indexed. Audit selections. And it even gave me this document here and told me like why it chose these different videos. So maybe I'll like drop these in and see if they start getting some better results. This is the only one that something looks off about it. Doesn't quite look like me. The other ones look almost exactly like the picture that I already have on my device. So it obviously found it and made it. But cool, guys. Well, it is 1 a.m. here. So I'm going to jump off. But make sure to subscribe, like the stream, and make sure to hit the bell icon so that you get notified when I drop the clips from this stream that are going to be edited by my AI agent. And also so that you get notified when I do another vibe coding stream. And if you have a vibe coding stream, I'd love to chat. Like I'd love to just share ideas and see how we can all work together to push this vibe coding thing along, because I am loving the things that I'm seeing from you guys in the community. I'm loving the things that I've been able to build. And when we all share our ideas, I think we grow together. So looking forward to the next stream, guys. This was a lot of fun. It was also exhausting. Make sure to tell your friends about it. We'll see you guys.